Hi, it's Craig the Spa Tech, and I'm sitting here enjoying a very hot sauna after a very long work week. This story is one of my favorite stories, and this story goes back a long time, 20 plus years. So you can imagine I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this story. So I'm going to get out of here, get dressed, and tell this story. And as with all of my stories, at the end, there's a lesson to be learned. So let's get started. So 20 odd years ago, I get this service call for a hot tub that's not heating. I got there and it was a hot spring jet setter that had the 120 volt plug-in cord. It was not the dual hardwired breaker option. Um, so I went through my routine of troubleshooting why this hot tub was not heating. We had good input voltage. We had, there wasn't any sort of error. We had good flow from the circ pump. There was a call for heat. There was 120 volts going out to the heater. But I put my amp clamp on the heater wire to check amp draw, and there was no amperage being drawn on that heater that was getting voltage. So the heater wires, I pulled them off, and I put my meter on those wires to see if there was continuity through the element, and there was no continuity through that element. It was a broken circuit. So that's a slam dunk, bad heater. So I go to power down the hot tub to replace the heater. Now this is something I always do. Whenever I power down a hot tub, I don't just simply flip off the breaker. I don't simply unplug the cord. I hit the test button on the GFCI. This does two things at once. It powers down the spa for me to work on it, and it tests the GFCI. I hit the test button on this GFCI on the end of the cord, and it wouldn't trip. I kept pressing it and pressing it and pressing it, and it wouldn't trip. So I unplugged it, powered down the spa, replaced the heating element, plugged it back in, spa comes online, the heater's getting 120 volts, I put my amp clamp on, it's drawing 11.1, 11.2 amps, so we're heating. But that test button just would not trip. So it's a hot spring part. It is a necessary safety feature. So I unplugged it, removed the GFCI from the end of the cord, put a new one on, popped it back in. Now when I hit the test button, it trips. I hit the reset, it comes back online. I hit the test button, it trips. Everything's good. The next day I get a phone call from this customer, and she says, "There's a problem with the hot tub again." And I said, "It didn't come up to temperature?" And she says, "No, it's up to temp. It's 104, but that therapeutic thing isn't working." And I said, "The motor massage jet?" And she says, "No, that therapeutic ionizer." And I said, "You mean the ozone bubbles?" And she goes, "No, the therapeutic." Well, all I can explain it. When I used to stand at the hot tub and put my hand in the water, I would feel that therapeutic ionizing tingling feature, and I'm not getting that anymore. So I was sitting there going, "Oh my God." After I picked my jaw up off the floor, I said, before your heater failed completely, it probably had a hairline crack in it, and it was bleeding electricity amperage into your spa water. And because that GFCI wasn't testing properly, it wasn't tripping. This wasn't a feature of the hot tub. This was mild electrocution. I'm laughing about it now, but at the time I was serious. I was also serious in reassuring her that the brand new heating element is good and a working GFCI is essential. Both of them are brand new, so you can rest assured that the hot tub is now safe, It's a working GFCI. It's a brand new heater. And if there's ever any other problem with the hot tub in the future, electrical wise, that GFCI will trip within a 60th of a second of there being any problem. So I guess she was happy to hear that. That is the lesson to be learned from this story. A GFCI is the most important part of your hot tub because you are sitting in the same body of water as a heating element is. Some of those heating elements are 120 volts, some of them are 240 volts attached to a 50 amp breaker. So whenever you power down your hot tub to maybe do a filter cleaning or do a drain and refill, hit the test button on the breaker to make sure that it is tripping, and then you reset it. If it's an older GE breaker, when you hit the test button, they don't pop all the way down, they pop back just a little bit, and to reset it, you push it all the way down and all the way back up. So that is my story. I hope you got a kick out of it. I hope the jaw drop on your end wasn't too severe. This is Craig the Spa Tech. We'll catch you later.